welcome to Tone Wars. I'm Carrie, and that's Jarrod.
What's happening, guys? Sorry we're late. Had some technical difficulties that I'm still dealing with right now. Had a bad cable and two almost dead microphones. So
And I spilled my water all over
she
myself.
spilled her water, so it's a tornado of horror.
It's always fun here at Tone Wars. Never a dull moment.
Yeah. And my ribs are on the grill. Oh, that reminds me. They were supposed to be done before we went live, but looks like we're going to have to eat them afterwards. So, good times. So I got to put it on keep warm now because they're done.
Yay, but they're done though.
Yeah. So anyways, it's just literally like today has been nuts.
Little bits of chaos.
Yeah.
Little bits of concentrated chaos.
Yep. Yeah. Anyways, let's say hello to everybody and we'll read some comments and
You got it. Hello, everybody. It's a nice day here in Michigan. Finally, it was a little cold this morning, but it's been in the mid to high 60s, I think, for most of the day. Sun's out and all of the things. So,
yep.
Finally. And I think this week is supposed to be 70s and 80s up here.
Good. I need it. I got to get these jobs done.
Yeah. We've all been a little depressed about the weather. It's been the coldest spring, I think, that I can ever remember. I don't ever remember another spring being like this. I'm like, it was 45 this morning. You know, and I think on the on the 30th, I was in my Facebook memories, and I was at like 10 years ago, I was at the beach with my kids.
Yeah.
You know, we're all in swimsuits, and it's hot outside, and it was like 59 that day or something.
And now it's cold.
Yep, now it's cold.
Yep, good times.
Well, Braxel, you were number one. Does anybody else have these like purple crowns with numbers? Like, oh, he was number one here, and then Chris Nash number two, Dean Harkness number three.
That's
I don't know what that is.
It's a new thing, I guess.
XP something or another. I don't know what it is.
Before.
You don't have your phone down here?
Yeah, I do, but
Just wondered if it was a me thing or...
Who knows? We'll find out here.
Who knows? So anyway, hi Braxel.
What's going on, man?
Gary Devlin is here.
Gary Devlin. What's happening, dude?
Dean Harkness is here.
Yeah, I got it too. What's up, Dean?
You got it too, alright.
Must be a new thing.
Must be. Harley Man, hello, how are you?
Hey, what's up, Harley?
Chris Nash, what's up?
What's up, Chris?
Dean, did you hear about what happened in Colorado? That's messed up. No, I didn't.
No, I didn't hear anything about that.
Neither did Chris. And then Dean says, and they caught the guy. Oh my gosh, just looked it up. That's crazy. Well, we'll have to go look up after the show, see what's going on.
Yep. Well, yeah, we'll have to look that up unless somebody wants to just kind of put a quick blurb in there.
I can't hear Jared's mic. Is your mic off?
Oh. Maybe. There it is. Sorry.
There you go.
Yeah, craziness. Sorry, guys. Thank you for telling me. Seriously, I've been like spinning plates this whole time trying to get everything running, so.
Dean Harkness says, wow, it got deleted. I guess you can't say that on YouTube. A bad situation in Colorado. Okay.
Oh.
Z Kemper MK2 here to pump you up. Zach Lee.
Hey, what's up, man? I'm here to pump you up here with the Kemper.
The guitar is off too, I guess.
It's supposed to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dean Harkness says there was an attack in Boulder, Colorado. All right. We'll
some crazy moron, huh? Another one. It's always some whack job.
Zach Lee says in Venice, California, it's 70 degrees every day. It's the same.
Oh, I know.
No.
Yeah, my brother lives out there and in Fallbrook, and he loves it, man. It's like the weather's very predictable every day, except for June gloom, he says. That's it, though.
Crowned Warrior Band says the audio is cutting in and out. Do you see that glitch down there?
Nope, I don't see it down there.
Maybe exit out and come back in and see if that fixes it for you.
Yeah. We're charging her mic and the main mic receiver, so maybe that could be a little glitchy. But they're charging up right now, and there's a little hum. That's the charger hooked up to the main receiver, so I shot a video today, and when I was done, the receiver had 80% power, and we come down here and it had, all of a sudden it had none. I'm
Now
like, what?
Says there's no audio at all now.
There's audio. I'm seeing it right there. There's audio on the meter.
Okay, it was him. Yeah.
I'm hearing everything that. Yeah, I monitor the show with these in-ears. So.
Braxel, I live in OC, California for 46 years. Nice weather except the last 2 to 3 weeks in August.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Fallbrook, he says hippie heaven. Yeah. It's great there though.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's kind of cool. Yeah, that's where my brother lives. There's a hot springs near there.
Marietta Hot Springs, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah.
For sure.
I guess it makes sense though, hippie heaven, because they got the hot springs and stuff. So, I guess.
And it was a good relaxing time. It wasn't like, oh, we had a party, and it was just what we needed. Like after NAMM, going in for a mineral bath soak, and
that was nice.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It was really nice. Yep. Very good.
Well, one of your oldie but goodie Kemper has news this week. Lots of stuff that you've been doing with it.
Yeah, so how excited are you guys about the new Kemper Mark II? I am. I'm honestly really excited about it. Like I said in today's video, when I first saw the video and saw the pictures of it, I'm like, you gotta be, like, are you freaking kidding me? They still have that stupid little screen and the Motorola looking stuff and blah, blah. I thought for sure it was going to be like, oh, it's got all the new, touch screen and all this stuff. And so at first I was kind of like laughing and pissed. I was just like, really? But it's not really a Kemper 2. It's a Kemper Mark II. It's almost like what they did with the X-Effects. They did Turbo, which is like a upgraded kind of thing, supercharged thing. So, but then last night I came down here and I fired up my Kemper for the first time in several months. And I was like, well, I got to do a video about this whole reaction thing with the Kemper. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll play something on my Kemper. And so I set it up. I used your stand and I put my iPad here. And I was like, I might as well use the app because I don't feel like doing yoga and contortion and twister, getting all this done. So I had the thing up here.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah. Well, you could try it afterwards. Let me know how you feel.
Your eyeballs bugging out of your head?
Yeah. What, right now?
No, if you
yeah. It's just awful. So I started using the app and making all the adjustments, and I'm like, dude, who cares about the screen and the interface on the unit? I'll never touch it anyways. Who gives a crap? And I was using the app, and I'm like, the app is so easy because it was right here. I'm just dialing everything in, and it would immediately make the changes. And I'm like, well, what's so hard about that? So even if it had a touch screen, I'd still use the app anyway. So I'm like, yeah, I don't care about the screen anymore. And like I said, it's been out of sight, out of mind for almost a year. So I haven't really been thinking about all that stuff until last night and the release and stuff. And I was like, you know what? If I had my preference, if Christoph Kemper called me and said, what do you want me to do? Release a new Kemper with a screen, or do you want a new profiling algorithm, 20 effects, and all the other stuff? I'd be like, dude, screw the screen. Do the effects and everything else. So I bet you if they would have done the screen, they'd still be working on it because Kemper, they don't do anything half-assed. And it would probably cost another $400 or $500 for the unit. So I'd rather have the app and what the new features are, and I think it's going to be insane. Because man, I haven't reviewed, really played through my Kemper in a long time. And last night when I was dialing stuff in, and I was like, maybe I should, do this and that. I was setting up my morphs and different things, and I was checking out the new reverbs and revisiting some of those and some of the delays and flangers, phasers. I was just like, dude, these effects are world class. Like the time-based stuff, you can't beat it. There's nothing out there that can touch the reverbs and the delays on the Kemper. I mean, seriously, they're freaking amazing. And like Tone Junkie said, he said the reverbs are like Strymon good. And I agree. You know, I'm not Captain Reverb, but man, when I want to get a really creative, musical, very useful reverb, I will definitely dive into the Kemper and find that. So if you got all that, and then they update the algorithm, which it was good when it came out because there was nothing to compare it to, but people have surpassed that, and the whole like, oh, you know, refining your profiles and stuff. Now, if you don't have to do that anymore, and that algorithm's going to be as good as they say it is, the Kemper's going to definitely reclaim its title. I'll just say that right here. The Kemper's going to be, you know, it's possible it could be king of the hill again, you know. So NAMM, in my opinion, does the best, most accurate captures right now. So if Kemper can do that and have all the effects and everything that it has, I mean, why go anywhere else? I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying the other units aren't good. They're all great. But, I mean, that's been my big holdup with the Kemper is the freaking the algorithm. It's just like, it's a pain in the ass, takes too long, and it's not as consistent or as accurate or as good as the other algorithms now. So I think it's going to be amazing.
Braxel said he's not excited about the Kemper. It's been too long and it still looks near the same unit.
Yeah.
My Kemper has not really been used in over a year, maybe pushing 2 years.
That was my first initial reaction too. I'll just respond to this really quick. I know you probably got other questions or comments, but that was my first thing. I was seriously, I had, you know, that vein you get in your forehead, like that was popping out. I think I had one in my tooth too. I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, oh my God, 11 years or whatever. And it's that stupid screen and all that stuff. I was just like, oh my God, what a joke. But again, like after I used the app, I was like, I wouldn't use the touch screen anyways. So I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. And I'm not dismissing what you're saying. I'm just saying for me, I don't care about the screen or the interface because the app is amazing.
Tom F. has joined us.
Hey, Tom, what's going on, man?
Crowned Warrior Band says, did Kemper address the aliasing issue? I bought a stage and it was unusable due to the aliasing.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And aliasing is one of those things that you don't hear until somebody points it out to you. And all of a sudden you're like, oh my God. So it is a minute thing, but once you hear it, it's hard to unhear it. The other thing I want them to address is the Cocteau thing, because it's there on most of their profiles. It's got that little bit or a lot, depending on the amp that you're profiling. It's there, and it drives me nuts. Like when I profiled my Badlander once, it did it. My Splawn, it did it. And I was just like, oh, how do you get that out of there? Some amps, it just hears it that way. So I hope they fix that too, which I'm thinking they did based on what they said. I mean, over 100,000 points of EQ learning or whatever that it's doing. I know that's kind of a marketing thing, but I really hope that they fix that because that was one thing that I always hated about it.
Dean Harkness says it sounds great, but I'm happy with my Nano. It's good enough for me.
Yeah, the Nano's amazing. That's the thing. Like, it really comes down to you just have to accept what you have. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, well, then buy something else. But there is a FOMO thing and the whole like, oh, I got to get the new greatest, latest thing. And it's like, I don't know. It's hard to stay married when you live on an island full of supermodels. You know what I mean? It's like marry one and then take a boat to a faraway place and live there and live happily ever after. That's really what you got to do, you know? Otherwise, you're constantly going to be wondering what if, you know?
Jim Simmons, the Happy Hobo Train is coming to a town near you. The panhandling will be everywhere.
The Happy Hobo Train?
The Hippie Hobo Train.
Oh, the Hippie Hobo Train.
Braxel says the screen itself is half-assed.
I don't like the screen. I don't. But the thing is, though, is Tone Junkie made a very good point, which I agree with. You know, the touch screens are all pretty and everything, but you get on a stage where there's lighting, now you can't see the screen because all it takes is one reflective thing to hit it and then it's washed out and you can't see it. With the Kemper screen, at least you can adjust the contrast so you can see it in any lighting situation. You know, and that is a good point that he made. You know, it really is. But like I said, though, I don't care if it came out with a new screen. I would play with it just because it's there. But when I'm sitting in my chair and adjusting things, and I could put an app like a phone or an iPad right there on that stand, and then what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to do this instead of bending over and doing that. So that's just me.
Mike Paget, much respect for pressure washing apartment buildings. I used to do that for a living, and oh my God, the work and long days. People have no idea the work involved.
Thank you. Yeah, it is brutal. I mean, I came home the first day, and I could barely even get my feet up on the steps on my front porch. Did 7 buildings that day, and same thing with the next day. I mean, we're exhausted. And I got to do 4 days this week, you know. So yeah, it's not an easy job.
Let's see, Zach Lee. I returned the Kemper player last year, maybe after some Mark II audio examples and reviews, and now with the extra EFX at $700, then make a determination as the possibility of getting another.
Well, what's cool about the Kemper player is now it's a profiler too, which no one knew that. It had that capability built inside of it. Just like the Kemper stage, when it came out, nobody knew it had Wi-Fi. Nobody knew it until they released the app, and they showed like all you have to do is just take a picture of the camera, and all of a sudden you can use the mobile app on it. So yeah, Chris kind of future-proofs the Kempers when he comes out with them, at least long enough to take care of whatever he's got planned. But he doesn't announce the things until they're ready to be, what do you call it, activated or whatever. So, but yeah, I think that's really cool how he does that. That's actually a great feature, you know.
Jeff says, I'll still with Fractor. I'll stay with Fractal. Effects are the best out there, and amp modeling is amazing. Kemper is nuts to be using that crappy screen still in 2025.
Yeah, we all like different stuff. And you know what? Like I said before, if you're playing something that you're happy with, then definitely stay with that. You know, I mean, the Fractal stuff, I mean, you guys get what every Friday you get a new update. I mean, it's insane how Cliff just keeps up with all that stuff. I mean, so I got to tip my hat to Fractal. I mean, they really do support their units. And they're rock solid and they're amazing. And you're right, the effects are awesome on those. So, I mean, even John Petrucci swears by them. He uses the effects live and stuff. So, yeah, they're great units. So, absolutely stick with that if that's what you're happy with. I agree.
Bill, if you had to use only one boost pedal, what would it be?
I can't because, let me think. It's hard because if you only have one amp, it's easy. You just pick the boost pedal that works with that. Like if I was just playing my Red 7, my Savage, or my EVH Stealth, I would use the Warm Audio Oddbox. But that pedal's too fat for amps like the Diesel and the Mezzabarba. So it depends on how many amps you have and all that kind of stuff. I mean, there's not really a one-size-fits-all pedal. I mean, the closest you can get to that might be... Man, I don't know. It's really hard. So it really depends. So I'll put it to you this way. If I have a pretty sculpted amp that's pretty tight and sculpted and it's not too loose, I mean, the Warm Audio Oddbox is great. If I have something a little more fatter, I mean, you could go with the Mud Killer, you could go with the Lickworm, whatever the hell that thing's called, the Precision Drive, those kinds of pedals would work for those. So that's best I can do for you.
Chris Nash says, the purple one tonight.
Hell yeah, man, I'm going to start off with the purple one.
Braxel, okay, but the screen's still too small.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. It really depends. Everybody likes different stuff. I get it.
Michael Stewart, I'll be monitoring to see if Kemper 2 catches up to my NAMM player. Sold my Kemper stage a few months back.
I love the NAMM player. I think they did a great job with that. I love the NAM, software and everything. I think it does a great job. It does take a while for it to do it, but I mean, I still got to release a whole pack of all my amps. I'm just going to do a one and done pack because that way I don't have to be down here for weeks. But yeah, I think it's a great unit. It really is.
Iron Game, how are you? Sold my Kemper stage last year, sounded good. Play a ToneX pedal daily, and I'm very happy with the tones.
Good, man. If that's what you're happy with, like I said, stick with it, you know.
Michael Stewart, loved Kemper when I got started with it.
Yeah, I loved mine too when I first got it. I thought it was amazing. And then I started doing captures and stuff like that, and that's when things, you start learning more. Because you're not just capturing one amp, you're capturing a whole bunch of different amps, and you're doing it for a living, and that's when all that stuff starts jumping out at you. You know, it's like the whole nice place to visit, but you wouldn't want to live there kind of thing. I'm not saying that's what Kemper is, but it's like when you live there, you start noticing more, you know. And I lived in the Kemper universe by doing the capture packs and stuff, and that's when I started going, man, why isn't this amp capturing well? I mean, yesterday's session with the other amp was perfect, and today I'm struggling, reboot everything, still I'm just like, never mind. And it happened to me so many times that I was like, you know what, I gotta call it a day on this thing until they fix the algorithm, because I could come down here with the ToneX or the NAM player or the Quad Cortex and never had those issues. So that's when I was like, all right, from a perspective of somebody who sells captures and profiles online, it was a frustrating piece of gear. So I just had this disdain for it for a while because of that. But like I said, when I, fired it up last night for this episode I did today, I was like, holy shit, this thing sounds awesome. Because the captures I did release and the ones that came out like they should have came out amazing. And the effects are great and all that other stuff, but I just got frustrated with the other, the other things. So,
Damon Stewart is here.
Hey, what's happening, man?
Says, hey, Jarrod, when are you going to let Carrie sing? She has a beautiful voice.
Hey, I never stop her from singing, so.
Yeah, it's not that he's not letting me sing. It's a practice issue. It's just finding time to practice and learn new songs and all of that. So
yeah, it's a busy life.
It is a busy life.
We have a lot going on, so.
And I don't know. I think I've been in a weird place with it too. I haven't really been pushing. I haven't really had the desire to. So I think I'm going through some transitions. I don't know. But yeah, it's not that he's not letting me. Thank you though for asking. Bob Walters, I just bought the Nano Cortex and I'm happy with that. Give me a good neural capture of a boosted amp and cab and I'm a happy guy.
Hell yeah.
Plus I've always loved neural DSP plugins.
Yeah, they make great stuff, man. I do have a boosted pack on my website, linked below. In fact, it might be in the top of the description of this video or this live stream. And that's all these amps, all of them boosted. And they're DIs, so you can use whatever IRs you want with it, or real amp and cab, you can do that too. So they came out amazing. That's my #1 selling pack right now, is the ultimate boosted whatever pack for the Quad Cortex. It's selling like crazy.
Zach Lee, Kemper player, no screen. We don't need no stinking screens.
We don't need no stinking screen.
Jim Simmons, Jarrod, did you see the Volation GP5 mini pedal modeler with a NAM player? They are sold out at their website. I want to get one.
The which one?
The Velatone
Oh,
GP5?
yeah. I heard about that, and they play the NAM captures, yeah. That's such a great idea, because the NAM captures are the most accurate, hands down. I haven't tried the new Kemper yet, obviously, but those are very accurate. And I always thought, since it's an open source thing, it would be very smart for someone who comes out with the next modeler or digital platform to make that unit work with those captures. I mean, now they don't even have to invent the tech for it. It's already been invented. Just let someone else make the captures, and as long as they work with that unit, that's fine. That's the best way to do it, So I think it's very smart of that company to do that.
Michael Stewart, Jarrod, I'd like to see you demo the JHS Moonshine Overdrive. I have one built into my Sweet Tea pedal.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that. I'll have to look that up, man.
Bill, I have 3 boost pedals so far, and yes, it seems they all do something different.
They
I still want more.
Yeah, I got like 12 or 15 of them, and they do. They all do something different.
Braxel, I see why ToneX released the Brown Sound collection in line with the Kemper release.
Oh yeah, that was a smart move on their part. I heard great things about that capture pack too. I haven't played it, but I heard it. All the videos and demos I saw of it sounded really good.
Dean Harkness, I have no screen on the Nano, but the app is cool. The Samsung update sucks though.
Oh yeah, yeah. The app is really cool on the Nano. It's very simple, and that's what I mean. Like you can bend down on the floor and crawl around and snuggle with your, your digital platform, or you can use an app. I'll choose the app 8 days a week. I mean, it's just so much easier.
Bill, have you ever tried the MXR M77 pedal? To me, it's a cross between the SD1 and Klon Cone, but with low-end control.
No, I don't think I have. That's another one I got to try.
Gary Devlin, I just got a small refurbished HP laptop to use with my modelers. Editing on the units is just too painful.
Yeah, I hear you, dude. I really do. That's the way to do it, man. Especially after a long week of work, the last thing I want to do is crawl around on the floor. It's just so much easier. And when you're at a gig, if I needed to do editing at a gig, I would just use my phone. I would have it handy somewhere where I can just get to it and make a quick change. But then again, if you're editing at a gig, that should be a rarity. I mean, you should have your stuff pretty much down before you get to a gig with your unit. But sometimes stuff happens. I mean, if a sound guy comes up, can you give me a little more top end? It's like, no, why don't you give me a little more top end in your PA that you operate and you have an EQ for? Isn't that your job to dial in my shit to fit your room? Thank you. Like, really, bro? That's your job.
Chris Nash, Jarrod, which capture unit is giving you your preferred experience at the moment?
Oh, Quad Cortex. Yeah, Quad Cortex is the easiest, quickest, and most consistent unit to capture with. ToneX is great too, but it's a whole ordeal. You got to use your computer, and it takes a long time, and you got to listen to these 800 riffs that it plays through the amps really loud while you're upstairs, and then you come down, and then you got to render it, and yeah, it's just a big production to do it with ToneX. It works really well, but it's a long day listening to a lot of noises. Where Quad Cortex, it's like you just plug it in. I can literally do a session with an amplifier in an hour. I can come down here in an hour, set up, tear down, soup to nuts, done, and everything turns out perfect.
Mike Nash is here.
Hey, what's happening?
Bob Walters says I'm already thinking of buying one, or buying it.
Yeah, I think it's worth a try for most people. Even people that were frustrated with Kemper before. I think you should try it, because if the new algorithm really does do a better job, if the new algorithm really does do a better job on the captures, and all the other stuff that it comes with the 20 effects and all that, and the signal chain. Excuse me, man, I'm fighting off a yawn here. If that all really happens, I think it's a no-brainer to give it a try. They have a 45-day return policy there, so. I'm going to unplug this.
Scott DeWitt has joined us.
Hey, what's happening?
Exactly says, what will the Kemper Mark I sell for after the Kemper Mark II?
They're probably just going to start blowing them out. I'll probably be like a fire sale on them. But I announced this last year when they started dropping prices on them. I'm like, I think a new Kemper's coming. That was my first inclination, and I said it in the video. I'm like, hey, I'm a business owner. I know this shit works. So I saw that, and I'm like, yeah, they're going to start dumping them and getting rid of them before, the new one comes out, because they don't want to be sitting on all that, because no one's going to buy the old one unless they really dump the price down on it. So, yeah, from what I hear, you can't even get the the Mark 1 from Kemper Direct anymore, which means they don't have any. So that means whoever has them now, those are the last ones, you know. So they'll be selling pretty cheap though.
All right, we're caught up. Do you want to play a little bit?
Does. All right, so give me a second. So the capture you're here, or the profile you're hearing tonight is of the Purple Nightmare amp. It's available on my website under the Kemper page. It's in the Ultimate Brutal Metal Amp profile pack, or whatever you want to call it. Just look at the description. It'll say Purple Nightmare. Get it. This came out freaking amazing. Better than the amp, if you ask me. I sold the amp because it sounded amazing, but the feel was off for me. But yeah, it's a great capture, profile, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, 1 second here. I'll play some riffs and I'll do a mix. Okay, there's 3 for you with the old Kemper. Yeah, that sounds good, man. The effects are amazing. The feel and response is good. Like it. Man, it's been a long time since I played this thing. Feels good to play it again. Like I said, when the capture comes out good, it comes out good.
Salimbergia, is there a new Helix Line 6 unit being announced this month?
I've been hearing rumors, but I can't really say, and it's not that I know and I can't say. I really don't know, but I think it's time they released one as well. Yeah, I think the 2 major players in this game have always been like Kemper and Line 6, and you know, when Line 6 releases their unit, it's going to be huge. It really is. I can't wait to see what they come up with.
I don't know what's going on with my phone.
Oh, is it screwing up on you?
Mm-hmm.
Here, just go out and go back in.
Dean Harkness had a couple of glitches there. It seems to be doing good now, though. Shredding Finn, love the tone. Bill, you have a number of Music Man guitars. What is it you like about them in particular as compared to other brands?
Oh, that's an easy one. That is a very easy one. Okay, so I think they sound amazing. I think the neck through design is awesome. I have access to all the frets. The fit, finish, and quality on these are awesome. The pickups are amazing. They're my favorite pickups. The fact that you have locking tuners, stainless steel frets. You have, you know, the coil tap is always on as long as you do the push on the tone knob, and then it's got a 20 dB boost on the volume knob if you want it. I never use it, but hey, if you ever needed it, it's there. I can't even tell you how good these guitars sound, and I've compared them to other guitars, and these sound better than any other guitar I've ever owned. And the other thing that's really great about these guitars is they have a piezo, and if you ever want to do piezo stuff, check this out. You can use more reverb and so yeah, these guitars are insane. I mean, there's really nothing they can't do. The floating trem system is awesome on it. I mean, they stay in tune really well. I can't say enough good things about these guitars. They're amazing. I've had these guitars for, did you say almost 10 years now? Mm-hmm. 8 to 10 years, and I've never had a problem. And I love the fact that the neck adjustment is right here, right between the neck pickup and the neck itself. So it's so easy to adjust the neck on these, and they're just perfect guitars.
Chris the Geek Bowman says this goes out to all the Boost Karens.
Boost Karens suck.
Braxel says, just so you all know, I'm eating steak right now.
We're eating dinosaur ribs after the show, so top that.
Dean Harkness, homemade tacos earlier.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Somebody else, Braxel, just finished up a homemade gluten-free pizza.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Dustin Nichols, hey Jarrod, don't you have a Line 6 HX effects? You should show people how to get amp tones on it since it's designed for effects, but it's very capable of great tones. I like to use the Horizon drive into the Air drive into my favorite IR, a little bit of EQ, and it sounds incredible.
I've never even done that because HX effects is just for effects as far as I've always used it for. I've never tried it for amp tones. That's interesting. That's really interesting.
All right, we're caught up. Do you want to play some more?
Yeah. Let me switch guitars. Bear with me 1 second. Turn on the tuner so I can switch here. 1 second. Let me play some of my typical mixes now.
Dustin says, yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed. Yep, it's sounding good tonight. Yeah, like I said, I have not played this thing for a long time. It's funny too, because a couple weeks ago I was like, man, maybe I should dig the Kemper out and do a live stream with it, and then that announcement kind of kick-started that whole thing.
Dustin says, but you can squeeze a little more than it's meant for out of it with some careful choices.
I've never even thought of doing that at all.
Vicar of the Metal Edge wants to request Grateful.
Okay, we can do that. Hopefully I can play it. Tonight's the first night I played this week. When you work that much and you come home, the last thing you want to do is play guitar, I tell you. Yeah, let me warm up with this one, and then we'll do Grateful. 1 second here. Oh, there you go. By request, there's Grateful for you. Screwed up a little bit on the solo there. But that is going to happen. Especially this week.
The Metal's Edge sent you a super chat. Thank you for playing Grateful.
Thank you. My pleasure. Thanks for asking. I need the practice. So.
And then he sent another one for my shiny shoes.
Wow. Yeah, those are shiny. When you showed up today, I was like, whoa.
Silver shiny shoes.
Those are very shiny.
They're very comfortable, though, for heels.
Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering why you're wearing heels today, because usually you don't like wearing them anymore.
Because they're cute. And comfortable.
Fashion is pain, right?
Chris Nash, man, just listen to that roar.
Thank you. Yeah, man.
Oh, Braxel, can you shut up, please? Seriously. So now I'm eating chocolate cake with a real good frosting. Can we be done now?
Rub it in.
I want some chocolate cake. Braxel, where is Flux hiding?
Yeah, where is Flux?
Bill, this one is my favorite tune. It's a head side to side type song rather than a headbang.
Yeah, pretty much. Thank you. Yeah, it's a tough one, man. That's a challenging one to play, man.
Dean Harkness, this and Night Terrors are my favorites.
Oh, thank you.
Sal and Bergia, how are Red 7 amps selling at Motor City?
They're selling well, actually. I was so glad I was able to kind of broker that for them. Yeah, their Evos are selling like crazy. The amps are selling. As soon as Marty gets, Marty's the owner, as soon as he gets a couple in, they sell. So yeah, they're selling very well. He'll probably he's already placed 2 orders with Red 7 and almost sold everything each time. So it's great. They're a great company.
Jim Simmons, Jared, do you think Line 6 will come out with a new Helix? I heard Line 6 is having an announcement soon for something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have to, man. That thing's older than dirt when it comes to digital stuff right now. It's still a great unit, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's still great. It's just, that's the problem. Once you jump in the digital world, man, you got to keep up with the Joneses all the time now. So it's tough, so they have to. They really do.
All right, you're going to have to talk about something else because there are no more comments.
All right, well, or I can play.
Or you can play.
I got spots on these glasses are bugging me tonight. I guess I'm not going to wear glasses tonight. They keep spotting up on me. So,
Chris Nash says, I like the Lint, a touch of sea salt, dark chocolate bars you can get at the grocery store. 1 piece or 2 at a time is just right. Yeah.
Those are good.
Those little fancy chocolate bars.
Well, aren't we supposed to get like ice cream or something tonight? Are we supposed to go and...
I don't think they're going to be open after the show.
They might. Well, we'll find out.
Let's see. Chris the Geek Bowman says, I ate Haagen-Dazs chocolate/chocolate chip ice cream last night. Braxel, you do not like my cake, Carrie? What?
No.
I do like cake.
Yeah, she's just jealous. That's
yes,
all.
I was jealous. I'm telling you to shut up and stop talking about cake because I don't have any. Don't have any cake to eat.
She gets mean when it comes to food.
Or, a little hangry.
Yeah. Are you getting hangry?
No, we just had those
yeah, I was
big
going to
old...
say, geez. Oh, when you're hangry, you get... Okay,
yeah.
I get it. All right, so let me do... I'm supposed to play more, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, 1 second. go. Couple more for you.
The Metal Edge, your solo on Nightmare is both technical and melodic. Best of both worlds.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. That's always a challenge to play as well. I got to come up with a really efficient practice regimen for the next 3.5 months so that I can stay on top of my game here, because I'm struggling tonight. I got to come up with something that I can do either in the morning or at night just to keep things going, because, man, not practicing for a week is not a good idea.
Let's see. Braxel. Talking about stinky couches again. Wendy has a blanket for every couch, so when friends come over, they have no chance to ruin or stink it up. I do not think we have anyone like that over here. I guess Wendy is paranoid about it. If you're going to be paranoid about something, that's pretty harmless.
Yeah, burn the couch.
Joe Senapol, howdy
Hey.
to you both. Sounding sweet, Jarrod. Love that tone on the last instrumental.
Oh, thank you, man. Good to see you, Joe. I tell Max and Gina we said hello.
Bisexual says, hey kids, late to the party, but shredalicious as always, Jarrod.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been fun tonight. It's been fun. Thank you. Yeah, I know we're supposed to get together, Joe, but man, life has been... I'll have to give you a call this week. Life has been nuts, man. I had some major equipment issues and stress along with that, and then getting started on these apartments. It's just been one thing after another. But I'm back at it. So, yeah, this week was really busy, and this coming week, starting tomorrow, is going to be even busier. So it's going to be fun.
I love when you get this question. Chris Nash, Jarrod, any chance you could make a video sometime about how you write solos?
Oh,
Or songs, how you write songs.
Oh, how I write songs. Man, I wonder if I mean, I appreciate the question. I really do. I just wonder how I would go about doing that. It's one thing to do something. It's another thing to teach how you do it. You know, it's a whole different thing.
You don't want to hear him write a song.
Yeah. Dude, you don't want to. No, you don't want to hear me write a solo. My solos are horrible when I write them. I remember the first time she actually heard me in the process. She was sitting right next to me, and I was working on some stuff, and she just looked at me like, "Are you having a stroke?" Like, she was like, I hit some god awful notes, and
You gotta let him work it out.
Yeah, it sounds like I do not know what I'm doing at all, because I don't. So I have to work things out and figure it out, and it's an ugly process sometimes. But yeah, I wouldn't begin to know how I show how to do things, because again, it's like doing something is one thing, but teaching how to do it is another thing. So, but I appreciate it. If I get time, I'll try to wrap my head around it.
Joe Senapol, all good. We will get there. Call me though, brother.
Yeah, I will, man. I will for sure. Yeah, it's literally been nuts. Wait till you hear.
Braxel, Jarrod, I imagine you got the full-on rain gear when you wash the apartments?
Nope.
Question mark?
I wear shorts and a work shirt and my Crocs. Yep, I don't wear any rain gear at all. I just simplistic. Yep.
Bill, we will see the Red 7 video this week. You posted a sneak peek on Facebook.
I posted a sneak peek of a Red 7 product. I can't say what it is, but yeah, it's just a box. Who knows what's in that box? But there's going to be a video soon about it. That's all I can say at this point. I think the embargo is it's either the 6th or the 16th. I'll have to double check. There's a 6 in there. That's all I can tell you. I know it's not the 60th because there's no such thing. So, but we'll figure it out.
Right. You guys are particularly quiet today. Do you want to call it? Are you going to play a little bit more?
We do have food waiting, don't we?
We do have food waiting.
I don't really have anything else that I'm confident enough to play tonight, to be honest with you.
Joe says work shirt without sleeves, of course.
Of course, no sleeves. I hate tan lines too, that sleeve tan line. What do you call it, the farmer's tan or whatever?
Tan.
Yeah, I can't stand that, so no sleeves. But yeah, pretty simple. There are logoed shirts, and I got some pretty fancy ones this year that look actually really cool, and they're bleach proof, so they'll look nice. Yeah, that's what I wear. Simple. It's all about comfort, professionalism, and staying cool. That's really what it's about for me.
Chris
So.
says, y'all go eat. Sounds
Yeah,
good to me.
sounds good to me. All right, guys. Well, we're going to go eat. I got huge ribs on the grill, so I can't wait to eat those. But thanks for tuning in tonight. Appreciate it. And thanks for whoever watched the video and for the super chats. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks
really,
for the super chats.
seriously, thank you very much for that. Very much appreciate it, guys.
The metal's edge.
Yes, thank you. So I have some more stuff coming up, hopefully this week for you. It really depends on my work schedule, but I'll try to keep up on videos and stuff, and I got to keep up on practicing too this week somehow. I come home for every night just beat, so I'll see what I can do. But anyways, if you're looking for the tone you heard tonight, it's on my website under the Ultimate Brutal Metal Pack for the Kemper. You can get this. It's the Purple Nightmare, or any other captures that you want to get. And I want to thank everybody who's been purchasing those. So really appreciate you guys. So anyways, well, like I always say, every day is a gift.
And thanks for spending part of your gift with us. Have a great week, and we'll see you back next weekend.
All right, guys. Love you all. See you all very soon. Have a great night.